join. By the way, welcome the internet.
Oh yeah, welcome the internet. My esteemed friend here has welcomed everybody, and he will be playing through yet more of Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. Like I said, when we do these videos, it's gotten to the point where we're starting to do them more and more often. So the length of these things, while they should be a couple of hours at least, may not be as much as, say, when we first started. We might not give you 5-hour videos. I'm not sure if anybody is interested in that. But what we will do is, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play through some more of this game. We're a good, I would say, 50% through the game at least, if not more. So feel free to talk about the mechanical aspects of this game with us, because that's not much of a surprise to Mr. Gourmand anymore, the mechanics of the game. Just don't reveal any story-driven, deals or like anything that's overly iconic that he might not be able to discover for himself. But mechanically, he pretty much has a full understanding of how the game works.
So I don't think I've been viewing a whole bunch, and we're actually starting to get views. It says across all our videos, we've got like 36 views now and 3 new subscribers. So
that's great. As we continue to grow this channel, just be known, YouTube and Twitch and whomever, that we're going to be doing a lot of varieties of content. Mr. Gourmand will be mostly our RPG, and he's good. Like he's pre-ordered Mario Odyssey, which you might see on this channel if we can figure out how to stream that or record us playing that for posterity. So like things of that nature, Mario Odyssey, any cute RPGs that we might see, very nostalgic stuff. He's a big SNES guy, so I love me some SNES. But actually, my favorite thing is fighting games and FGC. So if you're gonna see things more out of me for V8, like I have a soft spot for a couple of franchises in the RPG world, like Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior, aka Dragon Quest, and things like that.
World of Final Fantasy.
With that being said, Mr. Gourmand is gonna be mostly our like old school gamer, basically, where he's gonna play a lot of the really older, platform, whatever have you, or anything that's like got a nostalgia trip, like Mario. Like if there's a new Mario game, because I know that's his bag. That's what he's into. That's what he likes. My bag is, like I said, the fighting games aspect. So you're gonna see a lot of that out of me. A lot of the fighting game side of things. You'll see that out of me. Like, for instance, I plan on doing as much daily content when the new MVCI comes out. But without further ado, I'm going to leave it to this. And those are just a couple of quick announcements on the fly. Oh, also coming on this channel, because we do also tabletop gaming. So you will see, we're planning on doing, my friend Gourmand, how about you tell them more about that, since that's kind of your adventure.
So, Steve Jackson Games has started doing Kickstarters for some of their key games where they want to build real hype about it.
Right. Because
Kickstarters now, in addition to being what it was, it's also how you take pre-orders for like RPG games and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just a look at all these
and
books.
they did a Kickstarter for their Munchkin Shakespeare product.
Absolutely zero use for this.
Yeah, Munchkin is a game. It's a card game,
word.
tabletop, if you weren't aware.
Gonna be
And we love that game. I like a lot of that sort of thing too.
The town is awfully dark.
I
mean, I know
explore
it's
the dungeon,
night,
get the loot, stab your buddy.
Yeah.
Sleeping, right?
I mean,
yeah. There
when
should be more people around if you ask them.
Munchkin is one of those games, if you're not in the right mindset to play it, it can destroy a friendship.
Are you okay?
Maybe.
However, it's not the worst for that. The worst for that I've ever seen is Carcassonne, believe it or not.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
See, and you hear him? If you don't even know what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, he's a tabletop veteran. And he has a couple of friends that we'll be introducing to the group, of which we'll do some more tabletop things. So that's how we're expanding. We're also part of another group called Rising
Hi,
Phoenix.
Cloud.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing a lot of collaboration because...
Also, there's vampires. Does that mean Vincent shows up? No, because it's been 2 from every series.
Yes.
2 from every game so far, roughly.
You figured it out. You got it figured out.
Although I haven't seen the second from the second game, and nobody from 12 has showed up yet.
Thank God. Well, actually, no, 10. I don't want to see a bunch of people from 10. That's what I don't like.
Riku and Yuna were the 2 from 10.
Well, Yuna is possibly my favorite character from 10. Because she's like a traditional summoner character.
So that statue in the library in 5, that's one of the books you encounter.
Yep.
Specifically, that one casts Moonflute, which is a all-team Berserk spell.
Sure is.
Remember how much fun we had with that last episode?
Come on.
Oh, yeah, no, all Berserk. As you see, he just went right to the advanced story. He didn't even go back to that, so I think he's going to try that again when he feels a little more confident with how that works out. Yeah, team.
So is this considered the Library of Alexandria?
I don't know. If you tap it, do you draw 3 cards and discard 2?
Oh, Mirage.
At least I think that's what that does.
Yeah, no sweat.
I like Magic the Gathering, folks. We play a lot of stuff. Every RPG from D&D.
Thought it was draw 2, discard 1, but it might be 3 too.
I think it's 3-2.
You want him to think we're even more
I used to play with that in my deck back in the day.
Yeah, it's worth some money.
I've got one from 3rd edition somewhere. I want to say it's 3rd.
3rd or possibly 4th.
No, it's likely to be 4th. 3rd would be revised, by the way.
Yes. When I started playing Magic the Gathering, my very first set when I was a small child was 4th edition. So the 4th edition was quite a bit older. I'll just admit it.
4th edition was also my first set.
I'll just admit it. I'm 30 years old, so feel free to not say how old you are if you don't want to date yourself, but
I am almost 37.
So yeah, he's not too terribly much older than me. So that's kind of like how far back our history goes for gaming. That's why from here on out, and I'm officially christening it, Mr. Gourmand is our official nostalgia gamer for this BnB channel. I don't know how he feels about that, but he's our official, like, any old school...
Let's see what a vampire does with Holy.
Takes a bunch of damage?
Yeah.
And doesn't die?
Capcom health.
You mean Capcom health?
Yeah.
You said Capcom health. I mean, I guess the way they...
I know, I misspoke.
I mean, I guess the way they do their DLC, it could be CashCon.
Use Dark Attacks to create a Prism Tunity.
Yep. You have a few of those. Your Blood Fang. Whoop. How about that dance sound effect? If I believe you have Abyss somewhere on your team.
I do.
Also, can I divulge a mechanical thing that you may have not known?
Yavolt.
Okay, on that big bridge, you can, one of the large monster for that area is a left hand.
Yeah, you mentioned that actually.
Yeah. So, what you might notice about this playthrough from our friend Gourmand here, he's been pretty good about catching most of the monsters he's come across.
Yeah, there's only a couple that I've missed due to circumstance. Damn it. Don't go mad. Don't go mad. Oh. It's just... weird. Ultrasonics in a lot of other games causes you to go mad.
Yeah, he's not interested. He's not very interested in you. I like the vampire and his evolved form. I'm a fan of the vampire. I use him quite a bit. Go! I tend to evolve the werebat to the final stage. I also use a holy dragon on one team and a vampire large size on the other. So I get that light and that dark deal going. Yes.
Yeah.
No, what's up? Oh, that's fine. Why, did you need something? Oh, probably. So the ice bat, as you've seen before, has he evolves into his second form, which is the opposite form of that. But the ice bat doesn't evolve into the third form, which the vampire does.
The giants from the hills.
As most third forms go, he needs an item.
That's us. Point us at mirages and watch the magic. If that's the case, then come with me.
Yeah. From what I've seen, the way that's actually super common, where a line is going to have 2, and then the other side of that line is going to have 3.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's a really common setup. There's a lot of monsters with that setup.
Yep.
So, who are they?
Squee!
Celeste,
Squee.
these kids are the giants from the hills.
You don't mean from the prophecy?
You think you could fill us in on what's been going on here?
Sure. Where to begin?
Vampirism, that's what. You haven't noticed from the townsfolk.
So that anchor appeared out of nowhere, then the mirages?
Yeah. The League of S sent me here.
It would be a good nickname if
supposed
you
to
wanted
just
like
be
a stream
investigating the
nickname. There'd be
But
you
by
know,
the
kind
time
of
he arrived, the vampires
what's
were
the
already running amok.
Final Fantasy centric,
I'm
but you
told
didn't
that it
know.
was
A good
utter
handle would be
chaos.
passerby. I used to use that handle for
I'm
some
a
of my
hired
emails.
sword, and my job in Town is to guard this place, the Library of the Ancients. So
That's
rarely
the
do I
name.
find myself
No.
stepping outside. And it's always quiet here. Nothing seemed amiss, at least not until the town had already been overtaken.
Hey, Celeste, where's...
Oh, he was over there How strange.
Do we have to rescue Mid?
Sid? Are you here? Sid? If you don't answer me, I am going to burn all of these books.
Is it the old man, Sid? No, it's a robot? That's... okay.
Those ghastly threats are so unbecoming.
Huh?
Ah, a talking weird thing!
Then what if it's a mirage?
I often wonder the same thing.
How incredibly rude. I am just as human as you. Just because I sometimes have a habit of...
Well, you asked for it.
Yes, he does have a habit of going haywire. And it's my job to calm him down.
What? Calm him down? If anything, he looks more broken down than...
I'm back!
Yes, well, it's far harder to break than you'd think. Trust me.
I'll thank you not to refer to
Yes,
me
my
as
lord. May we continue with our conversation now?
Oh yes, where were we?
Oh,
I don't know
you're
what to
like a
think.
book freak.
What do you mean?
What did you do? Make a body that doesn't sleep just so you could keep reading forever?
Oh no, please, you have it very wrong. I prefer the term bibliophile, thank you very much.
That's the part that's wrong?
As I understand it, someone just happened to leave that body he's in lying around, and somehow his soul got embedded in it.
His soul's in bed?
Wow. I guess in a way, you are human
Well,
deep down.
what you find out about Sid is
in every conceivable way.
No, you really aren't.
And what about
Boo,
you?
Lan,
You say you're
boo.
the Giants from the hills? Now that right there is the real stretch. I mean, what a hoot!
What a what? Oh, Tama's not an owl. I mean, it is an easy mistake, but wouldn't you assume she's a skunk or something first?
You! How dare you call me the stinky again? That is the last straw! I am the fragrant! Roses line up just to get the one whiff of me! What really the stinks is your whole stupid existence!
You don't have to be ashamed of people thinking you're skunky. Skunks are cool, okay?
Time out. Wildlife
there was
coolness
only one
aside,
cool skunk I could think of, and his name was Flower.
Just because you don't know how to vocabulary?
Okay, good ref, good ref.
Vocabulary's not a verb.
It is
I'm pretty smart sometimes.
So
I'm more of a
vocabulary.
I see now you're comedians. Bravo!
Enough. We have more important things to discuss.
Good Cloud, always being the,
Okay, let's get right down to it. Those people back there with the fangs, what is the deal with them?
Wow, right down to business.
Vampires. They used to be people like us. Until a vampire bite turned them.
Huh?
Now wait. Don't tell me that people can turn into mirages.
And they can't go back to the way they were?
Oh, well, while we're going back, when I was younger and even handsomer, oh yes, I remember clearly now. According to several books I have read, those who have become vampires can be cured, provided the vampire that sucked their blood is vanquished before it's too late.
So then, all we have to do is move fast and take out the vampires that did the biting?
That's the basic idea. But of course, those vampires used to be just as human as their victims. So if we're not careful about it, wouldn't we end up sacrificing as many lives as we managed to save in the end? Although, we could always pick off the illiterate vampires first. You're not really living anyway if you've never known the comfort of a good book.
No, I don't think that makes you eligible for slaying. But, point taken, we can't save everyone.
Then, dude, what are we supposed to do?
What if we defeat
Sharpen your stakes and go for it.
The one who started the whole thing.
The first?
That's it. If you trace the epidemic back, there has to be a first.
Yes. Let's call that one the Prime. If we defeat the Prime, then the rest.
Hey, yeah!
Or the Alpha
It
Vampire
should
would
cause
also
a ripple
do.
effect and fix everyone. We would be vanquishing the Bitey's Biter's Biter.
What do you think? Will it work, Sid?
Well, it hasn't been particularly long since the commotion started, so yes, I believe that it could.
Excellent. What a plan. Did you follow that, Tama?
Of course I did.
Yeah, me too. I was just checking.
All right. So, where can we find the Prime?
Let's see. Cloud, when you fight the vampires off, have you noticed any patterns to where they seem to go?
I never gave it much thought, but now that you mention it, they always seem to retreat to the north.
South it is
well,
then.
That points to one place.
That's right. The graveyard with all the abandoned Mirage trains. That's their lair.
Then let's not waste any more time. We should go.
Wait, Cloud. Who's going to help the townspeople? I have to stay here.
You wouldn't want me to go bazeek and make a big old mess.
Which is exactly the reason why I have to stay here.
So, he's a big pain in the royal the butt and certifiably useless.
Okay, putting aside how completely not funny that is. we can go to the
Actually,
graveyard for you,
Sid is quite
right?
useful.
Huh?
He has all that
Yeah.
information in his
Vampire
brain.
schmampire. You just go ahead and point us at any old mirage.
And we'll have to do the rest.
He's read all those books.
All right then. I guess.
Knowledge is power.
Let's
Oh,
see what the fabled
that
giants
reminds
can
me.
do.
Or it's half to battle.
I'll take you to the graveyard.
The other half being red
Just say the
lasers and
word.
blue lasers.
I'll be around.
Possibly, yeah. Go on.
Do you know the movie Meteor Man?
Is that the one with the guy who touched a meteor and got all... Okay, yeah. I think I have an idea.
one of the best superpowers in that book, in that movie, was you can pick up a book
and just gain the information of it from it
for 30 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah, there was like a time limit. So he would carry around a couple of books. One of them was like Bruce Lee's Art of Fighting, so you could just beat up on people when necessary.
Yep. You just worry about the town.
Will do. If things settle down, I'll come.
That was
find
also
you later.
they made a movie of that called Blank Man. That was similar.
The train graveyard. You ready?
Yeah, but Blank Man was just... He was low-budget Batman.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know if you could do this dungeon. Like, if it won't be more difficult for you or not less difficult. Depends on what level you are.
37-ish?
37-ish? Possibly. The recommended level for this dungeon is about 40.
Here we are.
So you
Welcome to Vampire Land. Also, they don't live here alone. There are other things too. Be careful.
Now you tell him, Cloud. You tell him.
38 on my main guys.
You may be able to get through this pretty good.
I'm definitely getting that graveyard vibe. It's like a ghost could pop out at any second.
Oh my gosh, Lon! That is not
There's a
funny
slap
at all.
machine up there.
It's not.
Oh, it's a zap machine.
Do you have a zapper?
Apparently not.
First time I did this, I took Searcher along with me, so... I'm a fan of those robots. Super fighting robot.
Mega Man?
Yeah, that's Mega Man. Those guys have zap. They're also not half bad. Like, they have the ability Faith, which I'm a big fan
Apparently also has Stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this.
I guess we're doing this.
That's a Skull Eater.
Yep. That's what the move evolves into.
These are going to be hard to hit, aren't they? Skull Eater. Bestow Regen. That's easy enough.
Hello, R1 viewer. I think I have a feeling as to who that may be, but hello to you, sir. Or ma'am. We're streaming on a PS4, so we can't see who you are.
At least not until you post.
Yeah.
I mean, for good form, we should probably have our thing open, but we don't.
We don't.
Oh, you're the one with regen. Never mind.
Okay.
Regen is a classic move ability. Oftentimes when I do runs of this game, I catch a Moo in the very first area and keep him throughout the entire game. Just on my team. It's a shame that the Skull Eater is a medium. If he was a small, like a Moo, he would be super good. He would be awesome. I left without even saying goodbye.
It's the way of the world.
It's the way of the internet, anyways.
Well, that ought to do
That
it.
wasn't so bad.
A Moo relative that is consistently munching on a skull. Cute, but don't let that fool you. You'll be next. Technically, it nibbles on skulls and doesn't actually eat them. But sadly, Nimbler was already taken. it makes so much sense that this thing evolved from a moo. Like, it's not even funny. Like, we've all kind of...
At least it isn't as horrible as it is in some other games, where it was basically... They put it into a dungeon to make sure that you don't go there until the end of the game.
Now, huh?
Yeah. Not only that...
Hey, is that a ghost?
But in some of those Final Fantasies, you had to harvest items from enemies, and they have that little knuckle on their tail.
No, thank you.
You had to harvest that off of them for one of the. There was one of the guys you could get who had like a punching ability, and you had to get their little brass knuckle thing, and it was a really good.
I won't hold back.
Pushovers.
It's the early part of the dungeon.
Oh no, you will find some tough guys in this dungeon. I guarantee it. Isn't that searcher just cool? I wish I could have sentry robots like that. Just doing my bidding.
Alrighty, let's go.
Come on, bring it!
Bats. I wonder if the ice bats and the normal bats don't get along so well. The normal bats would be like, you cold, man. You cold.
Yeah, but then his friend's like, no, they're cool. I mean, some of my best friends are ice bats.
There you go.
Predictable.
The searcher. Level up that searcher.
Hey, know what they call a locomotive with vampire fangs?
I sense a bad the joke coming.
Honestly, I'm more impressed he knows the word locomotive.
A choo-choo train. Because it's got fangs. Fangs that chew.
I think I need a pillow to cry in.
There's just no hope for us any the more.
Why is it so sad all of a sudden? You make one bad joke and the world ends. Imps.
Wait.
Those are imps. I believe you caught those imps. I believe you caught one of those and sent it to the
box. Yeah.
What's cool about imps is they're a small size dark.
Inflict confusion. Oh, it'll tell me if I've got one imprisoned. No.
No?
It might have run away, or I might have just not been able to get it to stick.
Something.
Yeah, I think the local weed failed.
Just as it did there. What is this confused deal?
50 resistance.
Well, there you go. Yeah, 2 50-50 shots at it and you're done. Hello, viewer. We're streaming on PS4, so we can't see who you are until you post. Otherwise, we'd shout you out by name.
Anything that does confusion? I don't think I do.
I don't think you do either. Oh well. I guess it's just not in the cards.
We did it!
Oh yeah!
Yeah. I can't win games with blind draws like Yu-Gi-Moto.
Say it again?
The heart of the cards is the ability to blind draw and get the card you need.
Ah.
Anytime, and the number of games he wins by the heart of the cards
Is most of them?
is most of them. I'm about to lose. I'll rely on the heart of the cards.
Let's make this
Draw. Wah! Even though he never did the evil laugh.
It was his royal privilege to draw whatever card he wanted out of his deck. He was a pharaoh, for God's sake.
Yeah, but he grants that to his friends. Like anybody who hangs around him and thinks about the heart of the cards draws the card they need.
Especially if he's right there.
Like Joey wins a lot based on heart of the cards. Joey also wins on random blind luck. He's like a friend of ours who just rolls well, you know?
Also, that friend you're talking about also believes in the heart of the cards.
He does. I've seen him call it out.
He's also quite good at card games, regardless.
Yeah. Which is good, because the heart of the cards almost always fails him.
No, I've seen him get it once, a couple of times. Or when you need that clutch 20 in D&D, I've seen him roll it.
Oh, yeah, he rolls the clutch 20 all the damn time.
I'll admit, I roll a little bit like that. Not quite, but I'll have streaks. Like, I know my friend Eric has seen me where I get like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, I'll just be hot.
The problem with him having that is when he's running a game, he'll not realize that other people can't generate that kind of luck.
Oh yeah, no. So he'll try to make like a,
you know, like he thinks the average value for a D20 is 15.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Is this a secret area or is this mandatory? No, this is get this treasure box.
There is a mini map for this area, and you're gonna need it, because this area gets a little confusing.
I'm doing okay so far.
All right. I know I can't go through this area. I've played this game like a bunch of times. I can't do it without the mini map. Ooh, yeah, I forget. You're almost at the level where you can add a fourth one.
Yeah, I know. I'm just counting the
moments.
Moments, yeah.
You can't wait, huh?
Yeah, we got this.
By this point in the game, I usually have a Faraja where I can just blow all these dudes up in one fire.
Well, on my one stack, I've got Waterga.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also, I think that these bats are weak against that water, because there's no holy water in this game.
Good job.
That's sometimes an item in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but usually it doesn't actually do damage. Usually it cures the zombie status.
Yep, or the vampirism status or whatever. Because in Final Fantasy Tactics they have both a vampirism status and a zombie status. Ooh, he found something. Neat. Ooh, that's a useful item. It's no remedy plus, but it'll do. Just like there's a mega elixir in this game. Basically, it's just an elixir all, which is incredible.
So, fun piece of trivia.
Uh-huh.
In Final Fantasy VII,
That startled me.
there's a translation error. And on the outside of the last dungeon,
Uh-huh.
It's when you're climbing up the ice wall.
Right.
Dude, it's on.
There's a treasure box where the treasure you get is called Last Elixir. And we know this is a translation error because that's what the Japanese name for Mega Elixir was in that game.
Oh.
All the other instances were translated to Mega Elixir, but that one was translated to Last Elixir. Or Final Elixir, something like that.
I could see them making a thing out of that.
But people were always wondering, is that actually the last elixir in the game? Like, what? Is that a thing?
I could see them making it a thing.
How am I doing on these Mirage boards? I still don't know what you turn into.
Your mimics have a bunch of points. I think if you looked at the searcher's abilities, you would like them. Wow, you're almost filling that guy's, yeah. Yeah, that mimic's got some points there.
Do I have anything left on your board? I have a ton left on your board.
Give me an elixir. Speaking, this episode should be entitled "The Last Elixir."
It should be, but I haven't been doing goofy titles for the world of Final Fantasy.
No, nor do we really honestly need to.
Almost up to that Kiraga, which is the entire reason why I got this guy.
So what, once you get it...
It's not the entire reason, but no, I'll likely just fill out the rest of his boards.
And get him 100% sync?
Yeah.
Well, he's got good stuff, man. Like, anybody who thinks that these mimics are bad are crazy. Like, look at these things' stats. That might not be the best, but... Things like death. Who doesn't want death?
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, who doesn't want instant death spell? Like, come on now. And the resistances on these monsters are through the roof. Through the roof, I tells you. Like, you can get hit with damn near... Like, with the stack he has now, he can get hit with damn near any attack in the game and still make it out.
Almost except for that drain. Like,
what drain? Like life drain?
Yeah, because that's a dark attack, so that hits my...
Oh, that's right. Cause
negative 175 dark.
Oh. Okay, but he's got a resistance to everything else in the game. So he can be blinded and confused. And slowed. So what? That's not a thing.
That 50 death, though, that's kind of important.
50 resist death?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Like, and plus that last stand ability, that's just too good. That last stand ability, that's just money. That must be a tough existence, being one of them claws. I mean, you're big, you're ugly.
It's got a face.
He does have a face and a mouth, but I mean, it's got these big protrusions coming from, you know? And they're not even like hands with hands, which would be weird to begin with, but still. I guess it would kind of be like being a spider. Areola.
This is the stack with Waterga.
Yeah. Wateraka. Yep. Because you got that water golem.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept that thing going. And you know what's crazy? It turned out it was worth having that golem be that golem. It was worth keeping that guy the entire game just to get what he did for him to make that transformation. Like, that transformation was super useful.
Yeah. No, that's a little trooper right there.
That's your little, that's a little trooper? He makes it all the way? I mean, yeah, the only thing he didn't do was give it to custom abilities, which he easily could. The only other small golem I've seen is that lead golem. What's it? Magic defense up. Even his gem was good. Wasn't his gem like Wateraga or something like that?
Yeah, his gem was like Watera or something.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Like, I went straight for it because he's got Watera and he has that Watera gem that almost, you know...
Yeah, paid for itself. Also, that gelatinous body isn't too bad.
No. It's definitely a min-maxing thing.
Yeah. I like extremes. I do. I like characters that are extremes. Like, I'll give up dodge for attack or something like that. Like, I don't mind.
I should start getting more hit points.
Like, I don't mind, as a personal thing, like, I don't mind a character that's kind of like all brawns and no brains, or all brains and no brawn. Like, I'm definitely a barbarian wizard kind of guy. I like my wizard, I like my barbarian, I like my cleric, like a heal bot. Like, I don't like classes like, you know, classes that don't really fit. Or like rogue. Because rogue to me is like, to me rogue is the extreme version of skills.
Right.
Right, like in D&D.
No, that's what he's for.
He's the skill guy. He does all your nonsense. He can also be your diplomancer if you want, if you need him to do that too.
I should start draining these bats.
For HP?
Yeah.
Yeah, before they steal all your MP. Or your ability points.
Well, they're targeting Juan, who's weak to it, because that's a dark ability.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Now that I think about it, maybe this dungeon might not be for him. He might almost want to switch his stack.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, he's got a lot of good abilities, but he may want to switch his stack because that weakness for that stack is pretty ugly. What's his other stack's weakness?
Lightning.
I don't know if that comes up too much around here. Yeah, he's got 100 on lightning, but he got 0 to darkness, and you're running into a lot of darkness monsters.
Yeah. What I am worried about is death. That is probably a thing that'll show up here at some point.
Maybe. I honestly don't remember offhand. I just know this is your darkness dungeon. Yeah. Oh well, if you are gonna use them, I might suggest you giving them some seeds.
Really the fascinating.
I don't want to.
What's the room?
Invest too heavily.
This is a rail yard, not a you-know-what yard. Okay, let's get our terminology straight.
She has a fear of ghosts, and which is weird. Yeah, see Necropolis. Like, come on now.
Hold on. This is the entrance. That's that area. This is the final area, and that's your side branch there, so... no. The side branch is to my left when I get out of this.
Yes, the ma'am.
There is a hidden area in this dungeon. It is a very difficult hidden area. Most of the hidden areas in the game I would consider difficult, but this one's notoriously difficult.
I won't hold back.
Yep, and even another version of these things.
Okay.
These ones learn bio.
That's a thing.
Yeah. They don't give you a bio gem or anything crazy like that, but they do learn bio.
You've got a Libra gem. You have to have Libra.
Does he have a Libra gem?
I could have sworn he had a Libra gem.
I don't think he did, because you got rid of it for something else, I believe. But we'll find out in a minute. Can't you just use her?
No, she doesn't have Libra.
Oh, wow. Do you have the thing that gives off Oblivion? I believe
I do.
I think that's what you use to catch these guys.
Okay, I was trying to see if I had anything that would
do Libra?
Do Libra.
No, I don't think they have an item that does that.
Good memory.
Yeah. Thank you. The Mord Skull.
Mord meaning death.
Yeah. So there's a black one of these, a red one of these, and a white one of these, I guess.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah!
I don't know how they're connected.
I don't either. I mean, there's all kinds of different golems, so it only makes sense.
He's his own. Wow.
Yep. He doesn't have any evolutions. Wow, that's crazy.
A mirage that excels in earth magic, but don't forget that scythe leaves a nasty mark too. Try not to run into this scamp in a dark alley. Also, that's not a mask. It just looks like that. Chewing must be a challenge.
Yeah? No, he learns bio. That's the big thing I remember about these guys. Because it can be quite annoying if you consistently get thunked by bio. Because in this game, all bio does is it just does damage and poison at the same time. Now that's a thing within itself because, you know, dots.
Yeah, I know. Bio's always been good.
Yeah. But people would say...
I'd really want to take this guy, but I don't have room for him. Like, I don't know what I would...
Get rid of?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Like, this floating eye is probably what I would do.
I mean, at this point, it's really up to you.
I know it's up to me.
But what I'm saying is that if you asked me, I would just give you a suggestion, and probably you might not, like, agree with me.
I'm keeping that red cap around, and I'm not using him in any stacks.
No, I know you're using the floating eye in a stack.
I am using the floating eye in a stack.
So maybe the red cap might be the choice.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm not a fan of Cerberus. I mean, I like the idea of Cerberus, but I haven't seen him work out too exceedingly well for you.
Would you rather I have taken Behemoth along?
Maybe. I don't know.
I want to keep at least one Mega Mirage. That's why I've got Cerberus.
I understand. I just don't know if he's doing if he's like the economy of it all is worth it. You know what I mean? I don't blame you though. He is a high level at this point. Might as well, right? You'd have to get to Behemoth all the way up to the
levels. Yeah. I mean, there's rubber banding on the levels. Like he'd get to level 20 really fast.
Right. But is he better than Cerberus? That's I don't know.
Well, he's different. He's very physical based instead of magic based.
Right.
Because Cerberus is magic.
He does his 3 attacks, and then he's got Sonic Fang, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cerberus feels a little stale to me, but like I can understand why you would get rid of, say, Red Cap.
Well, I haven't been using the XL anyway, so I might as well get rid of Cerberus for this dungeon.
That's actually was my suggestion. You should look at his the guy you just got's Mirage board. I think you'd like it.
He's got to have a mirror jewel because he's a one of, and that's a thing they do.
I think he does, but I don't think it's bio.
It is drain.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Quake.
Yeah, he's earth magic.
Well, yeah, death.
Throw stone, quicksand, bio.
Throw stone. So that does earth without
having to hit. He can hit anybody. Yeah, that's important.
Okay, so that's your death skull, and that's your metalliskull.
Wow, he's kind of a weird dude. You're a weird. He's a weird guy, but he's not bad.
No,
he's just different.
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah, he's just different.
Also, that bio.
Yep. Inflict neutral magic damage and poison. That's actually really good.
Yeah, that is.
Cause like it's a very spammable move. And the fact that the magic is neutral is so important because you can't resist it. You can resist the poison, but you'll still take damage. Very spammable move. There is a Mara Jewel for it somewhere in the game. I think you get it from doing one of those little quests. Those little mini ventures or whatever they're called.
Maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure that's how you get it. Also, may I?
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Feel free.
Let's go.
Come on, bring it.
I want one of these. Yeah. Ooh, that's like. Well, that didn't kill it.
Okay, I've got Tremor. I've got Waterga. Bile. Water and defense down. Restore. That's a thing. Water. Siphon.
Siphon is really good.
That's on a mirror gem.
Yeah. Double smash is legit. Sling is legit.
Nah, sling's not worth it.
No. Not your cup of tea.
No, sling is a thing.
Yeah. Also, you can find a pretty nasty one of those golems that's similar to the one you already have in this dungeon. This is one of the more fun dungeons in the game for me, because the puzzles are more like movement based. Like you have to, I like them. I don't want my.
I feel you.
I don't want my dungeon to have like a bunch of sliding ice puzzles or something. I like a maze. I like a good maze, where you can just get lost. And what makes it difficult is survival, right? Like I like a good survival dungeon. No?
Well, there's a gimme golem over there, so I might actually have to do that. Because that's likely to have the one thing that I need for the gimme golem.
That's a pretty good chest. And yes, the golem is definitely one of my type of monsters. That big old club, just whack 'em.
All right.
Also, don't you like how the water golem and the iron golem have the matching color scheme? That's pretty.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I definitely dig that that golem. You can get him pretty early in the game too, because the copper golem.
No, that's eye drops, huh?
The copper golem evolves at level 10, as you may already know. So that's pretty neat. You get him fairly early in the game. His alternate forms are what I really like, though. But he's definitely, like, that stack that he has is definitely a stack you can just keep for the entire game.
Here we go!
Yeah, we got this.
Well, fine then.
Yeah!
Pow.
The thing is, I'm trying to save up to afford the second tier ability seeds.
Yep. Like, I'm a fan of Searcher. I usually use Searcher through, like, at the dungeon where you actually first get those guys, I usually keep that team on one of my guys, the Magitech Armor / Searcher. I'm a big fan of their alternate forms.
Dude, it's on.
Let's make this
Magitech
good.
Armor A.
Yes. How did you know?
You know that list where I tried not to see what was the thing? It said that if you somehow have Magitech Armor and Magitech Armor A, so I think if your entire party does, then you get Magitech Beam Plus.
You get Magitech Beam Plus also by having a Searcher and a Magitech Armor together. It's kind of like Flare. It's just a lot of neutral magic damage at once.
Also, that was a much more reasonable drain.
Yeah.
That was a good
Like
one.
switching stacks was kind of a good idea.
Like, taking almost triple damage on drain was kinda a problem.
Yeah. No, because weren't you getting like, was it like 8? Like, wasn't he draining for like 8
no,
or
about
something?
300 something.
Oh, that's HP.
Yeah. Okay, Shell, Watera, Siphon. Guess I need that Libra.
There it is. What does she have?
I'm not sure I want that Shell, though. I want it, but I don't know that I can.
What would you replace it with?
Do I have that Crit Plus yet?
No, I don't believe so.
Then I probably wouldn't replace it now, although Agility Plus might be a thing.
It might.
Because he's
Your agility
always,
is quite low.
He's always lagging. Like, she's pretty good agility-wise. Yeah, she's got 40.
Right. That's pretty good for those large guys. The thing is, that's why for like most of the game you end up. Wow. Holy junkaroo. Quicksand, that's a good one. Quake. Magic. Death. Yeah, he's actually not bad. The Mord Skull. As in Mortify.
Did I fill your whole board? Yeah, I did.
Yep, you were working on Armon.
Yep.
Rake.
Aurora. Dispel Mirror Jewel.
I think that's why you were keeping him around. Because you wanted to dispel.
Maybe. I'm actually keeping these guys around mostly because I'm toying with the idea of possibly just, having a team where I've got these super high level.
But your rubber banding around the level's pretty good. Areola. Areola. It's a song.
Nope.
Put in that work, Searcher. Put in that work. Let's get on Searcher. That would also be another cool name.
Okay, so that's what that Gimme Golem wants.
Okay, here we go.
I won't hold back.
That's what I used to. That was another handle I used to call myself, the Seeker. Because of I believe it's the song by the Beatles. I don't remember exactly who sings it, but there's a song called I Am the Seeker. I think it's the Who, believe it or not.
Good
It's
job.
a song called I Am the Seeker, basically. It's an old-timey 60s rock type of song.
Yeah, they call me the Seeker.
Yeah.
I've been searching for...
Yeah, that's the one. That's it. Searching far and wide. That's the one. That's like one of my favorite songs I've ever heard. So like, that's why
Dark Resistance plus seed. That's a seed.
That actually would be helpful for your other for that. That would actually be helpful for that. I think it reduces it by 25%, like at 25 points. That would be useful for your 175 dark weakness team. I mean, darkness comes up small in a small enough and short enough order, like not very quickly, but it comes up so rarely, I should say, that he can kind of get away with not having that big of a weakness.
Yeah, do I have an open blank spot? Your blank spot's filled.
What about... I think that one's blank spot is filled as well, but it has another blank spot coming up.
No, its blank spot is coming up.
Is that what it will be receiving?
Maybe.
You will be receiving a friendly darkness resist seed?
Do I have anything good for this water golem at this exact time?
I thought you did.
Well, I have to unlock a blank spot before I can even check.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean I could look.
He could see what seed you can see what seeds you have available under miscellaneous.
Blizzard, water, raise,
cure. You have 2 raise seeds.
Yeah.
You have a cure seed, which wouldn't be too bad. You can get a bunch of them seeds though by doing the Coliseum.
Also the mini adventures.
Yeah, those will give you some of the more harder to find ones in the game. That's the usefulness of those mini ventures. You may like, why would I want to waste my time? Some of those seeds you don't get otherwise.
Alrighty, let's go.
Come on.
I mean, and yes, you can buy a lot of them from the shop, but the gill amount is obscene for a lot of those. Like they want like 100,000 for like certain ones towards the end of the game.
Well, yeah, they want 20,000 for the level 2s, so I'm assuming they'll want like 100,000 for the level 3s.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. She leveled up. I don't even think you have another one worth giving. Oh, there's the Thunder one, I guess. Defense Plus is always good. Her defense is legit. His defense is probably ridiculous. What's Lan's defense? Just as a curiosity.
Okay. Her defense is 126. Lan is 129. 112 in this stack.
Right.
And 132. Wow, they've got...
I told you those guys are legit as a squad.
They've got that defense.
I told you that those... I said that's the beauty of that stack. Like, after like analyzing it mechanically, it is insipidly hard to kill. Like, you have... Like now, let's just go to Lan's big stack. Just like hover over it. You see how he has 2 golems and a giant, a mithril giant, right? You would think by just the nature of those creatures, they would be very defensive. But if you look at those mimics, they just completely outclass his shit. Just completely outclass his stuff. And imagine giving him that defense plus Mara Jewel. That'd be pretty legit. 132, that's incredible defense right there, man. I mean, I'm sure you can get better if you like specialize in defense, but still. He's like out defensing golems and giants at this point.
The problem with Sylph is I need her upgrade in order to increase her sync level.
Yeah, that is kind of that's a big problem. That's a big problem.
It is. I would be using that stack possibly otherwise. Because there's some interesting abilities on that stack. Like, that stack does have Libra.
Yeah.
Because the Eye has Libra.
Yeah. Didn't he give him a Libra seed?
Yeah. Or I gave it to it or something.
I won't hold back.
Right, let's do this.
Oh, if you look at their shields, they're little buttons. Ha 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 ha. No thanks, brother, with your instant death nonsense. Screw you, buddy.
Well, that ought to do it.
Victory!
No power word kill for you, sir. That's the spell I imagine that death is supposed to be. Power word kill. You know what my favorite power word is? Power word stun. Cause it's fair. Power word kill is kind of bogus. Cause you get the DM that says, "Oh, well, if you can do it, then I can do it." Jerk. No. I'm okay with getting hit with a magical stunning fist. I'm not okay
well,
with...
that's my watchword as a DM. In 3rd edition especially. If I can do it, then the players can do it.
Right. But do I even want to be doing that? Or do I even want my players to be doing that? Like, do I really want to deal with that? So, like, I usually go with, no, I'm not a fan of... There's a few instant death, like, okay, don't get me wrong, like, Cloud Kill, I'm okay with Cloud Kill. Because in a high-level game...
Or like Sling, that's an instant death.
No, it's not. It just happened to be an instant death. You just did enough damage to where that was the thing.
I really like high altitudes.
Like, I'm fine with, like, Cloud Kill.
Me?
One of the...
Dummy. She said bat, not batty.
What were you saying?
So one of the... Okay. It's this way for the side path. So in the original Final Fantasy, right?
Uh-huh.
There were about 5 different instant death spells.
Let's do this.
Here we go!
And the reason for that... Those vampires must get evade encounter.
The bats do.
No. That is a thing.
Remember I told you I keep a full charge bat around? That's one of the reasons. Uh-oh, this fight's getting a little out of hand.
Unfortunately, Sling is 8, so I can't spam it.
No.
Okay.
Like, you need to water this dude. Like, cast water ragas or whatever? Yeah, that. Yeah, get out of here, buddy.
He is weak to water. That is bizarre.
Because it... Yeah.
That was a good fight.
Victory!
No, I know the guys... I'm weird. Like, if you ever see me play D&D, I have to try really hard not to metagame, because one of my favorite things about those games are the monsters. So, like, I've read most of the monster manuals for a lot of games. Like, Pathfinder and D&D 3.5 and 5th edition D&D, I know those monster manuals really good.
Weird, I would have expected there to be a...
There might be,
thing.
it just might be out of touch, out of sight. No chest? I thought maybe there'd be a chest right there. Oh well.
So did I.
Maybe they just want you to, keep running into
Alrighty,
monsters.
let's go.
Come on, bring it!
That can cast instant death on you. Because you know that's fair.
Ah!
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Don't you just like having a big ass flail you can just dunk people with? Feels good, man. Feels real good. That's what I like.
I'd rather it be magic, but yeah.
Why would you rather it be magic?
It's just my nature.
Oh. I got
Looks
no
like we've
problem with
climbed
hitting
up even
people over the
higher.
head with a big old club. Thump.
Either that, or we've sunk to a new low.
Why? They were just having fun. Why you gotta keep hating on them? The boy felt like he was climbing mountains.
Oh, it'll rotate around more. That's interesting.
Man, you're smart. As if no one's ever told you that before.
Okay, here we go!
I won't hold back.
Yeah, water these fools. They look dry. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't do it.
No, I'm just out of AP. SP, whatever. AP.
No, AP is right. Ability points.
She doesn't have the low-level version, but she has Fyra, so...
Banish is the low-level version. Oh.
Of Holy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking for the low-level version of Water.
Oh, yeah. He's got the low-level version of water.
He does.
Those are his bio. Oh, no. So that move's actually pretty good. It like lowers your magic damage and it like raises your magic damage. Drop. You know why they're weak against water, I think? Because remember that old tale about like vampires can't go over rushing water?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's got to do with, like, why that's a thing in the lore.
Because water's purity.
Oh, that makes sense. Water represents purity.
Yeah.
Dang.
The bile does actually do less damage. That's good to know.
Than the normal water attack?
Yeah.
But it lowers their defense, so it's a very spammable move.
Yeah. But you have to know things about it.
No, yeah, no, you have to be smart. All I'm saying is don't sell it short. It's by no means a bad attack. I know that because the slimes get it, and I'm a fan of those guys. That's like they get the even the second version of the slime, the actual flan. He gets a bigger version of the bio. Step 1, find the Vampire Prime. Step 2, defeat the Vampire Prime.
Okay, so you get raised up by that one. So, wow, that's a hard to get to treasure chest.
Yeah. They didn't want to make it easy.
Like, you have to go all the way around.
Yep. Ooh. Uh-oh. The enemies are starting to get thick in these parts. You might want to start casting Siphon.
This'll do.
The reason I haven't been casting Siphon is because they're
They have an answer to that?
no, they're undead. In most games, when you cast something like that against...
Oh, no, it's not. I'm thinking Siphon, you right. No, you right. I was thinking of the... There's a magic AP stealer version.
No, that's the AP stealer.
Oh.
But...
It wouldn't work. It would be negative.
For most games where that do that, yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember if that's the case or not.
No.
So you're right.
I don't actually know if that's the case. I haven't tried it.
So bio costs 3 and water costs 3. Okay, that's...
This is it!
Surf! That was worth it.
Yeah, the thing about the Ga spells in this, in most games, the Ga spells do more damage than the Ra spells.
Uh-huh.
But in this one, they do the same. It's just Ga hits all enemies.
Is that a worthwhile trade-off?
I don't know. I think it is, because it's action economy. It's worthwhile if you have 3 or more enemies.
Okay.
If you've only got 2, then it's not worth it.
Gotcha.
Or 2 stacks of enemies, I should say.
Well, 2 stacks of enemies are actually 6 enemies, so it might actually be...
Well, no. Water hits the whole... The Ra will hit the whole stack, though.
Right.
It's about the action economy. How many times do you have to cast the Ra spell versus how many times you have to cast the other spell?
Right. Versus how much points you have to spend and vice versa.
Yeah, because the Ga is 7 points.
Right.
And so that's...
That wasn't so bad.
No, it's always worth it to cast the Ga spell, because the Ra spell is 5 points.
Yeah. So those 2 extra...
No, but the Ra spell actually does more damage.
Yep.
The Ga does the same damage as the base one.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you need the highest level one to really make it worth it.
Okay. How do I get to that truss? It's a different way. However, this is the way to...
This is the way to victory.
Wait. If you're
Power
over
yourself
here...
Man, them vampires are some hefty enemies, man. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy.
Okay.
Not really. The issue is that is actually the bats. It's the evade.
Jess, you can't just like physically bump them?
Yeah, like it can't just spam attack.
Yeah.
Like that evade encounter. That's a thing.
Yep. You know what else is a thing? They're missing. Ooh, that's an annoying ability. Those absorb abilities, man. I'm not a fan. Like, I like the idea of them, but sometimes they don't do enough to make a difference. Sometimes they do. God bless Banish.
Like here, if I cast this whatsoever, it's gonna do about 2k. 1470.
The reason it did that is because that's how much hit points he had left.
No, for that one it'll still show all of them.
Oh.
Okay.
I like how he just dropped. He's just like thump.
Yeah, that's a thing with the
Not done yet.
bats.
Wow. Wait a minute. Think now. Let's see. That's if you do 2 of those, that'd be an extra 800 points. So that's yeah. Not the water. What I meant is the second one. So the second one obviously does more damage than the first one.
No trouble at all.
Oh,
But the cost being 5 versus 3. So for 6 points, you'd get 2K. And for 10 points, you'd get...
Let's do it as 15. So for 15, you would get 5,500 from Watera, from water.
Yeah.
Right? And you would get 4,500 from the second one.
And what would the AP points be though?
The same.
The same. So the second one is better.
No, it's slightly worse.
Ah, so I was correct. My math wasn't as sound, but in my head the outcome was.
In fact, the first level one is 55 divided by 45 is 1 and 10 over 45. That's 20 over 90.
20 over 90, so half of that would be, or actually a third of that. Well, no.
And then 1 and 1/9 of 20 is 22.2. So it would be 22.2 times better, or 22.2% better to do the.
So what that just answered, folks, if you were following along in his math, is it may almost behoove you to have a Mirage with the several different versions of the very first spell to have the different weaknesses for each creature versus possibly having the specialization in the one specific spell. Because we didn't even
So it's different types of efficiency, right? That calculation is assuming efficiency versus AP.
Right.
But there's also time efficiency.
There is time efficiency. Also, we didn't take we took flat numbers into account. We didn't take resistances.
Right.
The reason that's why I mentioned it, because the resistances will impact those numbers. But if you have the weaknesses for each of the different types at your disposal, it may actually behoove you to do single damage for numbers, for raw damaging numbers. But if you, for the speed strategy, you may want to hit all the enemies at once.
Look who's here!
We've got the advantage.
You have the advantage.
Predictable.
That was an okay fight.
Was it? That's your idea of an okay fight? I'd hate to see what your idea of a good one is then. Ming na, Ming na.
Okay, I guess that was worth it.
What was it?
Mega Phoenix.
Well, there you go. You're like me, you can't stand to have your items unorganized.
Oh, that was causing problems like in the early game?
Yeah, it'll make me have problems too. It's just I like having my items organized.
It was like, where was this?
Yeah, where's this item I spent all this time and effort to get?
I did not find out how to get that one. I didn't see where to go up there.
Let's begin.
That's a thing.
Yep, there he is. There's that chrome giant. I'm a fan. I don't know how much better he is versus the one you have now, but he's not half bad.
Okay. Medium.
I think double hit is probably your best bet. Smash. Double smash.
I don't...
Because it hits twice.
Yeah, but it's random.
Oh, it's not single target. You're right. You're weak to darkness too?
Yeah, but not very.
Ah. No, not 100, not negative 175. That's incredible. Get tickled, punk. Gucci go. I don't know how you tickle a chrome giant, but no, you know where their tickling spot is? It's the bottom of their feet.
Makes sense.
That's the soft spot.
Okay.
Why is that a spell? That just seems like it'd be a physical hit. Because tickling is physical. It just... This is it! That chrome giant.
Okay, I need to use the restroom.
And while he's gone, we're gonna eat all his pizza. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. No, I wouldn't do that. You gotta have something to eat too. Yeah, I know he's gone. He went to the baseball game. C-O-O-M, P to the I to the P, I to the N to the G, don't mess with me. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. Captain America's not bad. Get in there, Cap. Yes. H. Like Captain America is pretty good. Get off my boy.
Evade.
Yeah. So, there's a trick to this, how I always catch this guy. Would you like to know what it is?
Just defend every round?
No. You can do that, but if you blind him first, his chance of missing goes way up.
Oh. That totally makes sense. I don't think I have a way to induce blindness.
You don't have an item?
I do. But I meant...
Make sure you know. Oh, booty. Yeah, get rid of all those other guys first.
I've got this.
Wow. That was a lot of damage. That was almost 1K. 21st century. Schizoid man.
Actually, he's got enough that he'll survive this.
You could defend every round, but I usually try to blind him first. Oh, come on, really? I don't know if you have any more of those.
I don't. I only keep 2 of them.
Gotcha. Defend is one way to do it. You may want to cast Protect just so you don't take...
I don't have Protect.
Oh, wrong stack.
Yep.
I've seen people cast Haste on this guy so he does more attacks. Well, I almost always catch a Holy Dragon, and a Holy Dragon has Flash.
Not done yet.
Wow, he was weak to darkness?
I guess that's a thing.
Oh, wow. No, I see how you set this loop up. This is a pretty good loop. That is a loop. He can't be killed at this rate.
No. I'm not doing damage to him.
Well, you're doing non-lethal damage.
Well, yeah.
He will eventually be at 0 points.
He will.
I can see you. If you didn't like that hand so much, I could see you just using the 2 golems.
That would be a thing. I'd have to look at what his board looks like.
Right.
Like, a lot of my decisions have been kind of based on the boards.
Well, that's a fair assessment. The boards are the mechanics. '21st century schizoid man. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle in. Call NORAD. Call your friends. Bunker, hunker down. We gonna be here for a while.